He's back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Full Command Show. My name is Grant Mitchell, and we're here to discuss the return of Jayden Daniels. Never try to pronounce his middle name. Is it Jaquez? Is it Jaquez? Is it Jaquez? I don't know, but he's back. That guy, JD5, Mr. Jedi 5, he will be back on the field starting a football game for the Washington Commanders on Sunday, as confirmed by Dan Quinn at his press conference on Friday. So, guys, we're here to talk about that, what that means for the team, for the game, for the rest of the season, for everything. We're about to dive into all of it. I will say right now, this video is just as much for you guys as it is for me. So go to the comment section, leave me your thoughts on what you think of this decision. There have been a lot of people who say we need to shut him down for the year. There have been a lot of people saying don't rush him back. Other people saying we got to get him out there. Some people think Jayden's not the guy and we need to trade him. Wherever you are, whatever you got going on up here, make sure that you translate it here and put it down in the comment section. Also, while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button. That is the easiest way you can support me. And make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Also, link to join the Full Command Discord at the top of the description as per usual. So let's jump into the video today. So yes, Dan Quinn has confirmed that Jayden Daniels will be back in full, starting at quarterback for the Commanders against the Vikings on Sunday. Now, Jayden was a full participant at practice yesterday. We got some reports of that from Shefty, and then, of course, the Commanders confirmed it with their practice report, and that made it seem like there's a good chance here. So if we track this timeline, I had predicted about a week and a half ago that Jayden would play against the Vikings. On Wednesday, we heard from DQ that Jayden had not been cleared for contact. So I said, okay, I might need to walk that back because I feel like he would be cleared at the start of the week and they would give him a full week. They did that. Let's see what that would have been. When did Jayden come back? Was it the Chargers game he came back for? See, now I'm having a hard time remembering. There's been so much in and out this season. Let's see. Yes, he did come back for the Chargers game. And the week before that was the Raiders game. And I think if I'm remembering this timeline correctly, Jayden started practicing in the middle or towards the end of that week and maybe could have gone, but they decided not to. They wanted to give him a full week. So I thought that maybe they were going to do that again, but that's not the course that they have gone down. They've said, no, we're going to get him out there right now. So it's funny because as I'm recording this video, we are exactly 2 months since the Commanders' last victory, which was that return to the field against the Los Angeles Chargers. In that game, Jayden went 15 of 26 for 231 yards, 1 touchdown, ran 8 times for 39 yards. But don't get it twisted. That was a pretty brilliant game from Jayden, especially after the first quarter. Those final 3 quarters were just magic MVP level Jayden that we have come to expect from him. So for the season, Jayden this year in 6 games has 1,200 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a QBR of 51, which means it's just about average. However, it is 21st in the league. Looking at the Vikings here. Now, their defensive numbers don't look great. I think they're 21st in points allowed per game or something like that. But that's not something you can really blame on them. That's not something you really blame on them. That's what you gotta assign that blame to the offense because their inability to score, them constantly putting the defense in bad positions, it's really weighed on them. If you look at some of the advanced numbers, Vikings are 10th in EPA per play, so they're actually outperforming what the expectation would be for a team that's put in the spots they are. And also, they generate the second most pressure on pass plays in the entire NFL. So we saw the Commanders do a great job handling the Broncos pass rush a week ago. Credit goes to Mariota for getting the ball out of his hand quickly, but also the offensive line was brilliant. Josh Connolly continued his improvement. Sam Cosmi had his best game since he's been back from his injury, and that unit just continues to gel some more. So they're going to get a good test on the road. You know, this Vikings team, they're not playing for anything. There's frustration in that building because J.J. McCarthy is flat out awful, but that doesn't mean that the Commanders won't get a good test from the defense, and it also doesn't mean go out there and play a pretty good game. If you look at some of the Vikings' recent results here, they are 4-8, 1-4 at home. They've lost 4 straight games, including last week when they lost to the Seahawks 26-0. The week before that, it was 23-6 to the Packers. They have a 37-10 loss to the Chargers on the resume. They have a 22-6 loss to the Falcons on there. So this is a team that is incredibly well coached, good defense, all that stuff, but they just don't have the quarterback, and we do. And we got him in the same class that they got there. So What am I looking for in Jayden's return here? First and foremost, fingers crossed and God willing, knock on wood, literally any idiom you can think of, any proverb, anything, throw it out there. He gets in and gets out of this game healthy. No hamstring tears in warmups. No finger breaks by smacking your hand on someone's helmet. No shoulder dislocations on a sack. Just nothing. Okay, this has been a season from hell, but it's subsided recently. We've started to get some players back. Things have at least started to look a little bit better. The defense looks more aware of where it's supposed to be. If everybody gets out to the field as they're supposed to, this will be the first time this entire season that the Commanders have their entire starting offensive line, their starting quarterback, their starting running back, their starting tight end, and their top 3 receivers all available at the same time. Let's run through it. Jayden Daniels, good to go. Chris Rodriguez and Bill Krosky-Merritt, good to go. Zach Ertz and John Bates and Ben Sinnott, they're fine. The receivers, Terry is going to be playing. Debo's going to be playing. Noah Brown, I know DQ had said earlier this week he was very optimistic he would play. He might have announced him as active for this game. I'll be honest, I just cut off DQ's interview and sat down to record this video as soon as he said Jayden was good to go. So Noah Brown could be good. Don't know, but seems like he will be. And then the offensive line, Tunsil, Paul, Biotish, Cosme, Connerly. This could be the first time. We're in week 14, and this could be the first time we get a real look at the offense, which takes us into the big talking point of the season, which is, hey, we're so far gone now that with 7 straight losses, with a 3-9 record, we just need to continue to lose and get a better draft pick. I addressed this a lot in yesterday's video, or 2 days ago, actually, as a matter of fact, I think it was. The problem with just tanking is that you start to ruin some of the, if your coach tells you, hey guys, we're not trying, if Jayden's healthy and they're not playing him, players, they start to build resentment, say this guy's more important than me. If veterans who give you a better chance to win get benched for young guys, the vets are going to say, what's the point of me being here? You just have to be very cautious with that stuff. And as much as I would love us to get a good draft pick, as much as I would love for Jayden to stay healthy, he does need to get out there. He also needs to bank these developmental reps. That's the key. Make sure the reps are developmental. That's why I didn't think he should have been in at the end of that Seahawks game. I thought the reps weren't good for him, and I thought he was going to get injured because he was just running around getting killed. But that's not the case in this game. We'll see how it goes. Okay, if we're down 20 points with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, let's go ahead and get him out of there because we're not going to win this game. We don't need to win this game. Let's protect him. But just as far as starting from the start, wow, such a way with words. As far as just getting out there on the field and showing us what you got, this is how you evaluate the team. This is the first time they've been full strength all year, at least the offense, and we're finally going to get a real look at them. And I'm excited to see it. Now, as I mentioned, we are fighting for a top draft pick, and I say fighting in a bad way. We're fighting a losing battle, although we might now be winning. According to FanDuel Sportsbook, and this is not gambling advice YouTube, according to FanDuel Sportsbook, the Commanders were 2-point underdogs earlier in the week. With the news that Jayden is back, they are now 1.5-point favorites on the road. And I'm assuming if Jayden was full strength, if he'd been, let's just say there was a world in which he came back, and although he's coming back from an injury, he actually wasn't. He'd been playing for the last 2 months. This line would be higher. I think they're still factoring in some rust. And maybe even the fact that the Commanders would call a bit of a reserved game plan. But even still, the Commanders are now favorites on the road, which says something in the NFL. No matter who the opponent is, being favored on the road is a tough thing. So, guys, that is really going to do it for this video. It's going to be very short. I just want to sit down and give you the news. And most importantly, I want to drive this point home. Make sure that you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Because I know that I record these videos and I share my thoughts, but genuinely, I read basically every comment on every video, and I really appreciate your guys' feedback and your opinions because it helps inform me on just what your mind state is, and it helps me build conclusions of my own, helps me get the content to you guys in the best way possible, all that great stuff. So do leave your thoughts below. I mentioned this before, but I am going to scout wedding venues with my fiance this weekend, so I will try to upload as much as I can, although there's no doubt the usual schedule will be affected. But stay with me, guys. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Like the video if you are excited to see Jayden back out on the field. And as I always say, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.